welcome to Radio Graham. Today's episode comes from the Palm Sunday rally for refugees in Canberra Place, Canberra.
Followed by Unionists for Refugees. They had their first meeting earlier this month with ACTU President Jed Carney in attendance. We've got people from the AEW, the Education Union, from United Voice, from the CPSU, the CFMEU. Thank you all so much. And I'll have to ask everybody to start moving backwards because I can see the faith-based communities who are coming in. We have representatives from a wide range of faiths: Buddhist, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Quakers, and I apologise if I've left anybody out. A wonderful example of a welcoming and tolerant Australia. Please welcome the faith-based group. A number of churches have their own banners: the Uniting Church, Canberra Uniting Church, St Mary in the Valley, and there are more still coming. St Simon's from Kayleen, the Canberra Baptist Church. Please keep moving into the centre so that we can all fit and enjoy the company of all. Canberra Quakers are coming up as well. I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet and will march, and pay my respects to elders past, present and future. Thank you also to Sam Hardwick, who played for us earlier. It's truly wonderful to see so many people here, one of the largest rallies in Canberra for a while. And isn't it great to know that there are similar events happening in at least 12 cities and towns across Australia today? And importantly, there are also actions and activities taking place in 30 cities across 14 nations around the world, protesting the Australian asylum seeker policies. We are here today because we are horrified, shocked and angered by the actions of our government towards asylum seekers, people fleeing for their lives. We know that the Moss report, the Triggs report and the UN report on torture outline the inhumane and cruel conditions faced by asylum seekers held in what are Australian concentration camps. We know that at a time when the number of asylum claims throughout the world is at its highest for 22 years, Australia is the only country to see a decline in asylum claims. We fear that future Australians and Australian governments will bear the price of the policies today. It is up to us to act strong, to act, to march, to talk, to oppose and to overthrow these policies.
We're here today, obviously, because we are concerned about the way Australia treats asylum seekers and refugees. We're here because we want to see the current policies changed. We want them changed because we refuse to accept that they are the best we can do as a nation or that they reflect the best of us as a people. There is no doubting that the issues raised by large numbers of people arriving in Australia by boat and seeking our protection and asylum are complex and immensely challenging. No one pretends that the response is simple and all the answers easy. But does the fact that the issue is hard or vexed really justify policies that breach international law? Does it justify the treatment of asylum seekers in ways that are harsh, callous and not consistent with international or domestic human rights standards? Is it really right that our policies on asylum seekers violate the Convention Against Torture? Why can't we construct asylum seeker policies that don't breach the United Nations Charter on Civil and Political Rights? And is it asking too much to expect that Australia's treatment of refugees will be consistent with the Refugee Convention? And what about the children? Is it really beyond the care of the ALP and the Liberal Party that children consigned by them to indefinite and mandatory detention and immigration detention are not treated in accordance with the Convention on the Rights of the Child? Apparently so. As a nation, we have clearly and deliberately abrogated the responsibilities we accepted when we signed up to all of these conventions. We've abandoned our commitment to a range of significant human rights obligations. More importantly, perhaps, even than the breaching of international accords, we have, in our treatment of asylum seekers, including children, acted in ways that are not consistent with core Australian and human values of compassion, generosity, fairness, freedom, equality and common humanity.
And tell you what, guys, your support is everything for a refugee. And there's another story of me in detention center when I was there. One day we were sleeping in our rooms, so the immigration guys, they came and knocked our doors. Hey guys, come, we have excursion to swimming pool. And we were so happy that we are going to swimming pool. We swam, we enjoyed, but when we came back, there was a person who said to us that, you guys missed a lot of things, and we asked, what was it? They said some media guys, some human rights activists, they came here to interview you guys, but immigration tricked you and took you guys to the swimming pool, and you missed that opportunity to raise your voice. And because they did that, because immigration did that, they are afraid of you guys. Because your support can change everything.
This government campaign has all the elements of a battle, including militarisation. The overriding elements are fear and lies. Vilify and criminalise them. Blame the victim. Call them illegals, queue jumpers, economic refugees. 2. Create fear. Make out they are terrorist threats. No asylum seeker who has arrived by boat has ever been linked to a terrorist act or threat. Monis and the other 2 that were arrested did not come by boat. Change the language. We now have the Department of Immigration and Border Protection. 3. Separate the government from accountability. Employ private companies to manage the detention centres, or better still, get other countries to do it. 4. Hide the truth, fight against the truth with lies. 5. Blame the victim, and then blame the whistleblowers, like the Save the Children staff on Nauru and Gillian Triggs and the UNHCR, and blame the activists. 6. Wear down the victims till they break. Just this week, a 9-year-old girl has been reported as attempting suicide, and a woman has cut her stomach open, afraid to go back to Nauru. Isolate the leaders, take away phones and other forms of communication. Don't allow lawyers or visitors. 7. Use bribery. Bribe the poorer nations to do the dirty work. Nauru, Manus, Cambodia. Bribe the independent politicians to vote for your laws. It's Easter and there's still 220 children in detention.
These policies have led to people being harmed. People have died in detention. Too many, including children, have been driven to harm themselves. Traumatised people are traumatised further under these policies, and this is unacceptable. We are taught to be proud of our country. In this year, the centenary of Gallipoli, to be proud of the Anzacs and the values that they embodied, to see something special and unique inherent within us. Unfortunately, we are unique in other ways. We are unique in being the only country in the world to subject people seeking our protection to such cruel and degrading treatment. Unique in being the only country to outsource this cruel policy to countries far poorer than ourselves. Unique in being the only country to indefinitely detain people who have committed no crime, children among them. Unique out of those who have signed the Refugee Convention, surely now the most ignored document in Australia, in forcing people back to the places from where they fled, a policy that we now know has led to people being tortured and people being killed.
Everyone here today, every one of the thousands of people marching across this nation, and every single Australian who still believes in decency and humanity and a fair go, will stand and fight for that day to come. For you, please.
It's easy, yeah. Nothing you can make can't be made. Nothing you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do that you can learn how to do in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. Nothing you can know that isn't known. There's nothing you can see that isn't shown.